She never gave up. Life is a series of choices, each demanding responsibility, courage, and discipline. And yet, amidst these demands, we encounter individuals whose stories transcend the ordinary and teach us something profound about the human spirit. Today, we focus on such a story, the story of a woman who faced insurmountable odds and refused to yield. From the outset, she was no stranger to struggle. Born into circumstances that could have easily dictated her future, she was handed what many would call an unfair deck of cards. But she did not see her challenges as an end. Instead, she perceived them as a call to action. This is a critical lesson for all of us. Challenges are not curses, they are opportunities cloaked in hardship. What gave her this perspective? Vision. She saw a version of herself not defined by failure or victimhood but by strength, courage, and achievement. And this vision, fragile at first, became her guiding light. Here lies a truth we often overlook. To navigate the chaos of life, one must first chart a course. Without a vision, there is no direction, and without direction, there is no progress. But having a vision is not enough. The world is full of dreamers who never realize their potential because they lack one crucial ingredient: discipline. She understood that action, not intent, shapes reality. She rose early, worked late, and embraced the monotony of incremental progress. She recognized that even the smallest step forward was still a step closer to her goal. Of course, her journey was not without failure. In fact, she failed often and spectacularly. But each failure was met with reflection, learning, and renewed determination. She knew that failure was not the opposite of success but its precursor. Through failure, she refined her skills, deepened her resolve, and built the resilience that would eventually carry her to victory. Now, consider what her story teaches us about responsibility. She could have blamed the world, circumstances, or even those who doubted her. But she didn't. Instead, she took ownership of her life, understanding that the only way forward was through her own efforts. This is a profound and liberating truth. When we accept responsibility, we gain control. Her perseverance not only transformed her life but also inspired others. Her story became a beacon of hope, a testament to what is possible when one refuses to give up. In a world hungry for meaning, her resilience offers a lesson that extends beyond her individual triumph. It reminds us of the power we each hold to shape our destiny. So, let her story be a call to action. Whatever your struggles, whatever your fears, do not retreat. Face them head on. Take responsibility. Craft a vision. Fail, learn, and persist. Because it is through these trials that we discover who we are and, more importantly, who we can become. Remember, she never gave up, and neither should you. Failure is often perceived as the greatest obstacle to success, yet it is, in truth, one of the most powerful tools for growth and transformation. The relationship between failure and success is far more complex than it may initially appear. In many cases, failure is not an end, but a crucial step along the path to achievement. It is through failure that we gain experience, refine our skills, and ultimately gain the wisdom needed to excel. Yet, many people shy away from failure, fearing its consequences and the embarrassment that comes with it. What they fail to recognize is that the most successful individuals are often the ones who have experienced the greatest number of failures. Consider the countless stories of individuals who rose from obscurity to greatness, often after enduring a series of crushing defeats. These individuals did not let failure define them, rather, they embraced it as an essential part of their journey. It was not the failure that shaped them, but how they responded to it. The ability to recover, learn, and move forward is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Failure, in this sense, is not a mark of inadequacy. It is a testament to the courage it takes to pursue a goal despite the inevitable setbacks. When you experience failure, you are presented with an opportunity to examine your methods, your mindset, and your approach. Failure forces you to confront reality. It strips away the illusion of easy success and reveals the gaps in your knowledge, skills, and strategy. It is in these moments of vulnerability that we learn the most about ourselves. The process of dissecting failure and understanding its causes allows us to identify what needs to change. Perhaps we need to refine our technique or change our approach entirely. Maybe we need to cultivate more patience or develop a deeper understanding of the subject matter. Regardless of the specifics, failure provides us with the raw material necessary for self-improvement. But the lessons from failure are not just intellectual, they are emotional as well. Failure teaches resilience. It shows us that we are capable of withstanding disappointment and emerging stronger on the other side. The emotional endurance developed through failure is invaluable. It is this emotional fortitude that allows us to continue when the going gets tough, to push forward when the future seems uncertain, and to stand up after every knockdown. This ability to persevere through hardship is not just a skill, it is the foundation of strength. Failure builds character. Every time we fail and choose to rise again, we affirm our commitment to our goals and our own personal growth. It is easy to be confident when things are going well, but true confidence is born from adversity. Confidence is the belief in your ability to recover and keep moving forward, even when circumstances seem stacked against you. Each failure builds this confidence, as it is a concrete reminder that you are capable of handling difficult situations and bouncing back stronger than before. One of the most powerful aspects of failure is how it shifts our perception of success. When we experience failure, we often reassess our goals and strategies. Failure forces us to be honest with ourselves and our ambitions. It reveals whether our goals are truly aligned with our values and whether our efforts are focused in the right direction. This process of self-examination can lead to a more authentic and meaningful definition of success. In many cases, failure has the power to refine our vision, making it clearer, more focused, and more purposeful. Also teaches patience. It reminds us that success is rarely instantaneous and that greatness is the result of consistent, persistent effort over time. It is the slow accumulation of small steps, many of which will be marked by failure, that ultimately leads to mastery. The process of learning from failure and continuing to move forward despite setbacks requires a level of patience that most people overlook. In a world that often values instant gratification, failure forces us to adopt a long-term perspective and to understand that true success is earned, not given. It is important to note that failure alone is not enough. The key to benefiting from failure lies in our response to it. Failure must be met with reflection and an honest assessment of what went wrong. This process of self-analysis is crucial because without it, we risk repeating the same mistakes. Failing without learning is not failure in the productive sense, it is simply an exercise in frustration. To truly benefit from failure, we must be willing to take responsibility for our mistakes, identify the lessons they offer, and apply those lessons moving forward. In essence, failure is not something to be feared or avoided. It is an essential part of the journey to success. It is the fire that tempers us, the teacher that molds us, and the challenge that tests our resolve. Every successful individual has faced failure, and it is through their response to failure that they have achieved their greatest accomplishments. The question is not whether you will fail, but how you will respond when you do. Will you allow failure to defeat you, or will you embrace it as an opportunity for growth and learning? Your response will ultimately determine your success, for it is through failure that is a quality that defines not only the actions we take in the face of adversity but also the very essence of who we are. It is the inner strength that allows us to persevere through life's challenges, emerging more capable and determined with each setback. In many ways, resilience is the cornerstone of character. It shapes our identity and our future, providing us with the foundation to face whatever obstacles come our way. The role of resilience cannot be overstated, as it is not merely the ability to withstand hardship, but the capacity to grow from it, to transform challenges into opportunities for self-improvement, and to continue moving forward despite the difficulties we encounter. When we think of resilience, it is easy to imagine someone enduring a difficult situation, simply holding on and hoping for the best. However, resilience is more than just survival. It is a dynamic process that involves constant adaptation, learning, and growth. Resilient individuals do not simply endure, they actively engage with their circumstances, assess their options, and seek ways to overcome obstacles. It is through this active engagement with adversity that they become stronger, more resourceful, and better equipped to handle future challenges. This process of transforming adversity into personal growth is what gives resilience its true power. The development of resilience begins with the recognition that life is inherently unpredictable and filled with challenges. These challenges come in many forms: personal struggles, professional setbacks, health issues, or the loss of loved ones. However, regardless of their nature, these challenges have one thing in common: they are part of the human experience. To expect life to be free of difficulties is to deny the reality of existence. In fact, it is often the most difficult moments in life that provide us with the greatest opportunities for growth. Resilience, then, is the recognition that while we cannot control every circumstance, we can control how we respond to them. It is the choice to face hardship with courage, to persist in the face of uncertainty, and to maintain a sense of hope and determination. The foundation of resilience is rooted in the belief that challenges are not inherently negative, but rather opportunities for personal development. When faced with a difficult situation, resilient individuals do not view it as an insurmountable obstacle, but as a problem to be solved. They understand that growth is not linear and that success is not guaranteed. In fact, the path to success is often winding, filled with unexpected turns and setbacks. Resilient people embrace this uncertainty and remain committed to their goals, even when progress seems slow or uncertain. This mindset is essential for long-term success because it allows individuals to remain focused on the bigger picture, rather than getting discouraged by short-term setbacks. One of the key aspects of resilience is the ability to maintain a sense of hope and optimism, even in the most difficult circumstances. This is not a naive or unrealistic optimism, but a practical and grounded belief that, despite the hardships we face, there is always the potential for growth, learning, and change. Help acts as a guiding light, reminding us that the current situation is not permanent and that, with effort and persistence, things can improve. It is hope that enables us to keep going when the road ahead seems unclear, to take the next step even when the path seems steep, and to believe that success is possible, even in the face of adversity. Also requires the ability to accept and adapt to change. Life is rarely predictable, and circumstances can shift in an instant. Whether it is a sudden loss, an unexpected failure, or a shift in priorities, change is inevitable. Resilient individuals understand that resisting change or trying to control every aspect of life is futile. Instead, they focus on adapting to new circumstances, adjusting their expectations, and finding new ways to move forward. This flexibility is essential because it allows individuals to remain focused on their goals, even when those goals must be adjusted in response to external factors. Adaptability is not about giving up or abandoning one's aspirations. It is about finding new ways to pursue those aspirations in the face of shifting circumstances. Resilience is built through experience. Each time we face a challenge and overcome it, we become stronger, more confident, and more capable of handling future difficulties. The process of confronting adversity, learning from it, and emerging on the other side fosters a sense of competence and self-efficacy. Resilient individuals develop a deep trust in their ability to handle challenges because they have faced them before and succeeded in navigating through them. This experience creates a feedback loop. The more resilient we are, the more confident we become in our ability to handle adversity, and the more likely we are to remain resilient in the future. It is important to recognize that resilience is not about being invulnerable or unaffected by hardship. It is not about suppressing emotions or pretending that difficult situations don't affect us. On the contrary, resilience involves acknowledging the pain, frustration, or fear that comes with adversity, while still finding the strength to move forward. Resilient individuals do not deny their emotions, they acknowledge them, process them, and then choose to act in alignment with their values and goals. This emotional intelligence is a crucial component of resilience because it allows individuals to navigate the complexities of life with greater self-awareness and clarity. Resilience is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. It is not something we are born with, it is something we cultivate through our experiences, our mindset, and our actions. The more we face adversity and choose to rise above it, the more resilient we become. It is through these challenges that we build the character and fortitude necessary to navigate the complexities of life. Resilience, then, is not just a survival mechanism, it is a transformative force that enables us to grow, evolve, and thrive in the face of adversity. It is the key to unlocking our potential, and it is the foundation upon which we build a life of purpose, fulfillment, and meaning. Struggle, though often feared or avoided, is a necessary and valuable part of life. It is a fundamental aspect of the human experience that holds intrinsic meaning. In fact, struggle is not just an obstacle to be overcome, but a powerful force for growth and transformation. It is through struggle that we are forced to confront our weaknesses, stretch our limits, and ultimately become stronger, more resilient, and more capable individuals. Rather than viewing struggle as something negative, we must learn to recognize its importance and embrace it as a catalyst for personal development. Life is filled with challenges that often appear insurmountable. These challenges can take many forms: difficult circumstances, personal hardships, failures, or obstacles that seem to block our progress at every turn. It is natural to feel discouraged when faced with such difficulties, but the key to overcoming them lies not in avoiding them, but in engaging with them fully. The struggle itself is where growth happens. When we face adversity, we are given the opportunity to develop new skills, perspectives, and strengths. Struggle pushes us beyond our comfort zones and forces us to evolve. It is the tension between where we are and where we want to be that compels us to take action, learn, and grow. One of the most profound aspects of struggle is its ability to reveal our true potential. When life is easy, we often take our abilities for granted, believing that we are capable of only what we have already done. But when faced with a challenge, we are forced to dig deep, to search for strengths and talents we may not have realized we possessed. Struggle uncovers hidden potential, as it forces us to adapt, improvise, and innovate. It is through the process of overcoming obstacles that we learn what we are truly capable of. It is only in the face of adversity that we realize how much strength, creativity, and perseverance we can summon. Struggle, in this sense, is not just a test of endurance, but a discovery of our untapped potential. Another important aspect of struggle is the way it shapes our character. It is easy to maintain a positive, confident attitude when things are going well. However, true character is forged in the fire of adversity. Struggle teaches us patience, humility, and empathy. It teaches us to recognize that we are not invincible and that there is value in vulnerability. Through struggle, we learn to appreciate the effort and resilience of others who are facing similar challenges. We develop a deeper sense of compassion, understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles, often in ways that are invisible to the outside world. This empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, creating a sense of shared humanity that transcends superficial differences. Struggle also teaches us the value of perseverance. Success is rarely achieved without significant effort, and most achievements are the result of consistent work, discipline, and persistence. The ability to keep going despite setbacks, failures, and doubts is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Struggle forces us to develop the mental fortitude to stay focused on our objectives, even when progress is slow or unclear. It is easy to become disheartened when the road ahead seems long and filled with obstacles, but the key to success lies in the willingness to keep moving forward, step by step. Each small victory, no matter how insignificant it may seem, brings us closer to our ultimate goal. The ability to persevere through struggle is a hallmark of resilience and determination, and it is this perseverance that ultimately leads to success. Struggle teaches us the importance of adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt to new circumstances is crucial for long-term success. Struggle often requires us to alter our approach, rethink our strategies, and be open to new ideas and perspectives. In this sense, struggle is a powerful teacher of flexibility. It forces us to let go of rigid expectations and embrace the uncertainty of the future. We must learn to accept that not everything will go according to plan and that setbacks are a natural part of the process. The ability to adapt in the face of struggle is essential because it allows us to find new ways to achieve our goals when the original path is blocked. In this way, struggle is not something to be feared, but a necessary experience that fosters growth and innovation. Struggle also plays a significant role in helping us develop a sense of purpose. When things are easy, it is easy to take life for granted and lose sight of what truly matters. But when faced with adversity, we are forced to reevaluate our priorities, our values, and our goals. Struggle forces us to confront the deeper questions of life. What is worth fighting for? What do we want to achieve? What kind of person do we want to become? In this way, struggle serves as a reminder of the importance of living with intention and purpose. It helps us reconnect with our values and motivations, guiding us toward a more meaningful existence. Struggle, in this sense, is not just a challenge to be overcome, but a transformative experience that can help us align our actions with our deepest desires and aspirations. Struggle can lead to a profound sense of fulfillment. It is easy to overlook the rewards of struggle, particularly when we are focused on the end goal. However, it is the struggle itself that often provides the greatest sense of accomplishment. The process of overcoming challenges, of pushing ourselves beyond our limits, and of emerging stronger on the other side is what makes success truly meaningful. It is the journey, not the destination, that shapes us into the people we are meant to become. When we look back on our lives, it is not the easy times that we remember most vividly, but the struggles we faced and the strength we found within ourselves to overcome them. The sense of fulfillment that comes from conquering adversity is what gives life depth and purpose. Struggle is not something to be avoided or feared, but embraced as an essential part of life. It is through struggle that we grow, evolve, and discover our true potential. Struggle shapes our character, strengthens our resolve, and helps us develop the perseverance and adaptability necessary for success. It is through struggle that we find meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in life. The challenges we face are not obstacles to be overcome, but opportunities for growth and transformation. It is in the face of struggle that we truly come alive, discovering not only what we are capable of, but who we are meant to be. Taking responsibility for one's life is an essential element of personal growth and achievement. It is the act of recognizing that, regardless of external circumstances, the course of your life is largely in your hands. This responsibility goes beyond simply accepting accountability for one's actions. It involves embracing the idea that we are the architects of our destiny, with the power to shape the trajectory of our lives through the choices we make and the mindset we cultivate. The importance of responsibility cannot be overstated. It is the foundation upon which all progress is built. Without taking responsibility, we risk becoming passive recipients of life's challenges, rather than active participants in our own growth. At its core, responsibility means acknowledging that our responses to life's circumstances, rather than the circumstances themselves, largely determine our experience. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming external factors, whether it be other people, society, or chance for the difficulties we encounter. However, this perspective disempowers us, as it suggests that we are at the mercy of forces beyond our control. True empowerment comes when we accept that we have the ability to influence how we respond to what happens in our lives. Even when faced with circumstances that are outside of our control, we retain control over our mindset, our actions, and our decisions. By taking responsibility for these elements, we open the door to growth and change. The decision to take responsibility is an act of self-empowerment. It is the recognition that, while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we have the power to decide how we react. This is not to say that external factors do not have an impact on our lives. So indeed, They often do. But when we focus solely on what we cannot change, we relinquish the opportunity to change what we can. Taking responsibility allows us to focus on the areas where we can make a difference: our thoughts, our behaviors, and our choices. It is through these choices that we define ourselves and our future. Taking responsibility means accepting the consequences of our actions and decisions, both good and bad. It is easy to take credit for successes and to attribute them to our abilities, but true growth occurs when we also take responsibility for our failures and mistakes. In doing so, we free ourselves from the trap of denial or self-pity, and we are able to learn from our experiences. Mistakes are inevitable, but they are not the end of the road. Instead, they are opportunities for reflection and improvement. By taking responsibility for our failures, we gain valuable insight into what went wrong, what could have been done differently, and what we can do moving forward to avoid making the same mistakes. Responsibility in this context means owning both the successes and the shortcomings, as both are crucial to our development. Taking responsibility is also crucial for building self-discipline. When we accept that we are in control of our lives, we are more likely to take the necessary steps to move forward and make progress. Without responsibility, it is easy to fall into a state of inertia or to procrastinate, relying on external factors or circumstances to motivate us. But when we take ownership of our goals, we understand that it is up to us to make things happen. We become proactive rather than reactive, setting our own direction and taking the necessary actions to bring our aspirations to fruition. This self-discipline, fueled by the recognition of personal responsibility, is essential for achieving anything of lasting value. Taking responsibility for our lives is critical for building resilience. Life is filled with ups and downs, and setbacks are inevitable. However, how we respond to these challenges is entirely up to us. When we take responsibility for our circumstances, we no longer see ourselves as victims of fate but as individuals with the power to overcome obstacles. This mindset shifts us from a position of helplessness to one of empowerment. We recognize that setbacks are not final, and they do not define us. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or blaming others for our misfortune, we take responsibility for our actions and focus on finding solutions. In doing so, we build the resilience necessary to face future challenges with confidence and determination. Taking responsibility also involves understanding the role of our thoughts and emotions in shaping our experiences. We often hear the phrase "thoughts create reality," but it is not until we truly accept responsibility for our mindset that we begin to see how much power our thoughts hold. Our thoughts influence our actions, our interactions with others, and our overall experience of life. By taking responsibility for our thoughts, we gain the ability to shift our mindset from one of negativity or helplessness to one of possibility and empowerment. This shift in perspective can be transformative, as it enables us to approach life with a more optimistic and proactive attitude. Another important aspect of responsibility is the understanding that our lives are shaped by the choices we make. Every day, we are faced with decisions, some small, some large, that have the potential to influence the course of our lives. When we take responsibility for these choices, we recognize that they are not mere coincidences or accidents, but deliberate actions that contribute to our outcomes. Taking responsibility means making conscious decisions that align with our values, goals, and aspirations. It means choosing to act with integrity, to follow through on commitments, and to pursue our goals with determination. By consistently making responsible choices, we build a life that reflects our values and leads to greater fulfillment and satisfaction. Taking responsibility is essential for creating meaningful relationships. Relationships, whether personal or professional, are built on trust, communication, and mutual respect. When we take responsibility for our role in these relationships, we are more likely to contribute positively to their growth and success. This means being accountable for our words and actions, listening to others, and taking ownership of our mistakes when they occur. By taking responsibility in our relationships, we build trust and foster an environment of mutual respect, which in turn strengthens the bonds we share with others. Taking responsibility for one's life is a mindset that empowers individuals to take charge of their destinies, to learn from their experiences, and to shape their future through conscious decisions and actions. It is an essential component of personal growth, success, and fulfillment. Responsibility means acknowledging that while we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we have the power to influence how we respond and how we move forward. It is through this understanding of personal responsibility that we unlock our true potential and create the lives we desire. By taking ownership of our choices, our actions, and our mindset, we take the first step toward living a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. Confidence is a crucial attribute for success in life, yet it is often misunderstood as something innate or reserved for the few who are naturally charismatic or bold. In reality, confidence is not a trait that we are born with, but rather a skill that can be cultivated, nurtured, and strengthened over time. It is the belief in one's abilities, the trust in one's judgment, and the assurance that, despite uncertainties or obstacles, success is achievable. Confidence is essential for navigating life's challenges, taking risks, and pursuing goals with conviction. However, it is also important to understand that confidence is not about arrogance or overestimation of one's abilities. Rather, it is a grounded and realistic belief in one's capacity to rise to the occasion and face challenges head-on. The first step in building confidence is recognizing that it is a product of action, not merely positive thinking or wishful imagining. Confidence grows from doing, from stepping out of one's comfort zone and confronting challenges, even when the outcome is uncertain. Each time we take action, whether it is succeeding or failing, we learn something valuable. We develop a better understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. Success can certainly build confidence, but it is often the struggles, failures, and attempts that provide the most growth. It is through the process of confronting difficulties that we prove to ourselves that we can handle adversity, adapt, and move forward. The act of facing challenges, even when unsure of the outcome, is what builds the resilient confidence that allows us to push through difficult situations in the future. Confidence is closely tied to competence. The more we practice, the more we improve, and the better we get at what we do. This competence doesn't just relate to skill but also to knowledge, experience, and the ability to adapt to new situations. It is through competence that we build trust in ourselves. When we face a situation we are prepared for, whether through experience, training, or education, we are much more likely to feel confident. It is the knowledge that we have the tools, skills, and capacity to tackle the task at hand that reinforces our belief in ourselves. The key, then, is to focus on continuous improvement, to see every experience as an opportunity to grow and refine our abilities. By taking responsibility for learning, pushing our limits, and building mastery in different areas, we naturally increase our confidence. Confidence is deeply linked to mindset. It is about how we perceive our abilities and how we approach challenges. A growth mindset, one that embraces challenges, views failure as a learning opportunity, and focuses on improvement rather than perfection, is a powerful foundation for confidence. When we believe that our abilities can be developed through effort and perseverance, we approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and resilience. This mindset allows us to embrace difficulties, not as signs of our inadequacy, but as stepping stones toward mastery. The more we practice this mindset, the more naturally confident we become. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of our limitations, we learn to view it as feedback and an essential part of the learning process. It is also important to acknowledge that confidence can be influenced by external factors such as environment, support, and relationships. Surrounding oneself with positive, supportive people who believe in us and encourage us can help foster confidence. When we are in an environment where our efforts are recognized and celebrated, it reinforces our belief that we are capable. Having mentors, coaches, or role models can also be incredibly helpful in building confidence, as they provide guidance, advice, and reassurance that we are on the right path. However, it is essential to recognize that while external support can be empowering, True confidence comes from within. The most powerful form of confidence is self-confidence, the belief that, no matter the circumstances, we have the inner resources to face whatever challenges arise. To the internal and external factors that influence confidence, it is crucial to consider the role of self-compassion. Often, individuals struggle to build confidence because they are overly critical of themselves. They focus on their weaknesses, failures, and shortcomings, rather than acknowledging their strengths and successes. Self-compassion is the practice of treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that one would offer to a friend. When we practice self-compassion, we are more likely to see our mistakes as part of the learning process rather than as signs of failure. This shift in perspective allows us to maintain a healthy sense of self-worth and build confidence over time. By forgiving ourselves for our past mistakes and focusing on our potential for growth, we can cultivate a more positive and confident mindset. Confidence is also bolstered by taking initiative. When we take action, even when unsure of the outcome, we create momentum. Confidence grows when we make decisions, follow through on commitments, and move toward our goals with purpose. By taking initiative, we not only demonstrate to others that we are capable, but we also prove to ourselves that we are capable of navigating challenges. It is through taking consistent action that we gradually overcome fear and doubt, replacing them with confidence and self-assurance. Each time we step forward, we expand our comfort zone, building the confidence to take on even greater challenges in the future. Confidence is not a static or fixed trait, but something that can fluctuate over time. There will be moments when we feel uncertain or doubtful, and that is perfectly normal. Confidence is not about never experiencing fear or insecurity, rather, it is about having the tools and mindset to handle those feelings when they arise. Being confident doesn't mean being immune to self-doubt. It means being able to recognize those feelings, confront them, and move forward despite them. The key is to not let moments of doubt define us. Instead of being discouraged by insecurity, we can choose to face it, to acknowledge it, and to continue pursuing our goals. This resilience in the face of doubt is what makes confidence so powerful. In conclusion, confidence is an essential quality that plays a pivotal role in achieving success and fulfillment. It is not something that we are born with, but a skill that we develop through action, competence, mindset, and self-compassion. Confidence is built through practice, learning, and pushing through adversity. It is reinforced by supportive relationships and environments, but ultimately, true confidence comes from within. By taking responsibility for our own growth, maintaining a positive and growth-oriented mindset, and treating ourselves with kindness, we can cultivate a strong and resilient sense of confidence. Confidence empowers us to take risks, overcome obstacles, and pursue our goals with unwavering conviction, knowing that, no matter the challenges, we have the inner strength and capability to succeed. The journey towards success and personal growth is rarely a straight path. In fact, it is often marked by a series of challenges, obstacles, and setbacks that can make the pursuit of our goals seem daunting or even impossible. However, one of the most powerful factors in overcoming these difficulties is perseverance. Perseverance is the ability to continue striving toward a goal despite encountering difficulties, failures, or delays. It is the determination to keep moving forward even when the odds seem stacked against us. The ability to persevere is not only essential for achieving success, but it also shapes our character, builds resilience, and helps us grow in ways that we might not have anticipated. Perseverance is not about avoiding failure, but about facing it head-on, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone to future achievements. One of the key aspects of perseverance is recognizing that failure is not the end, but a part of the process. Many people give up when faced with setbacks because they view failure as a sign that they are not capable or that their goal is unattainable. However, this perspective can be limiting. Failure is an inevitable part of any journey, and it is through failure that we often learn the most valuable lessons. Every failure provides feedback about what went wrong, what can be improved, and what needs to be adjusted. It is not the failure itself that defines us, but how we respond to it. When we persist in the face of failure, we demonstrate resilience and a willingness to learn and grow. Each time we get up after a setback, we strengthen our resolve and move one step closer to our goal. Perseverance is also closely linked to patience. Achieving meaningful success rarely happens overnight. It takes time, effort, and consistent work. There will be times when progress feels slow or when the finish line seems distant. It is easy to become discouraged during these moments, but it is important to remember that the road to success is often long and winding. The ability to maintain patience and stay focused on the process, rather than obsessing over the outcome, is a crucial element of perseverance. The journey itself is just as important as the destination, and each small step forward is a victory in its own right. By practicing patience, we are better equipped to stay the course, even when immediate results are not visible. The ability to keep going, despite the lack of instant gratification, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Another important aspect of perseverance is the ability to maintain a positive mindset, even when things are not going well. When faced with adversity, it is easy to slip into negative thinking, doubting our abilities, or feeling like giving up. However, a positive mindset is a critical tool in sustaining perseverance. Instead of focusing on the obstacles or the difficulties, a positive mindset encourages us to focus on solutions, opportunities, and progress. It allows us to see setbacks as temporary and surmountable, rather than as permanent roadblocks. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring difficulties, but rather approaching them with a sense of optimism and a belief that we have the resources to overcome them. By maintaining a positive outlook, we increase our chances of persevering, even when faced with challenges. Perseverance also requires self-discipline. Achieving any meaningful goal requires sustained effort, and it is easy to become distracted or lose motivation along the way. Self-discipline is the ability to stay committed to our goals, even when we do not feel like it, or when other distractions arise. It involves developing the habits, routines, and mindsets that will keep us on track, regardless of the obstacles that come our way. Self-discipline is not about forcing ourselves to keep going at all costs, but about finding the balance between persistence and self-care. It is about making deliberate choices to stay focused and continue working toward our goals, even when it requires effort and sacrifice. The more we practice self-discipline, the easier it becomes to persevere, because we build momentum and develop a greater sense of control over our actions and decisions. To self-discipline, perseverance is often strengthened by a strong sense of purpose. When we are deeply connected to the reasons behind our goals, we are more likely to persist in the face of challenges. Purpose provides us with the motivation to keep going, even when the journey is difficult or when progress is slow. It gives our efforts meaning and direction, making the hardships along the way feel more manageable. A clear sense of purpose also helps us stay focused on our long-term objectives, rather than getting discouraged by short-term obstacles. When we are aligned with our deeper values and aspirations, we can endure much more hardship without losing sight of the bigger picture. It is also important to recognize that perseverance is not about blindly pushing through without reflection or adaptation. While persistence is important, it is equally crucial to remain flexible and open to adjusting our approach when necessary. Sometimes, perseverance means recognizing that the path we are on is not working and making the necessary changes to move forward. The key is to be persistent in the pursuit of solutions, rather than being rigid in our methods. The ability to adapt while maintaining perseverance allows us to stay on course without becoming stuck in unproductive patterns. It is this combination of persistence and adaptability that often leads to success. Perseverance is also strengthened by the ability to seek support when needed. While personal determination is essential, it is important to remember that we do not have to face challenges alone. Surrounding ourselves with a supportive network of friends, family, mentors, or colleagues can make a significant difference in our ability to persevere. When we are feeling discouraged or overwhelmed, having people to turn to for encouragement, advice, or simply a listening ear can help us regain our perspective and motivation. Supportive relationships not only provide emotional support but can also offer valuable insights, ideas, and resources that may help us overcome obstacles. Perseverance often leads to personal growth and a deeper understanding of oneself. As we push through challenges, we learn more about our strengths, weaknesses, and capabilities. We develop greater resilience, mental toughness, and emotional intelligence, which serve us not only in the pursuit of our current goals but also in future endeavors. The process of perseverance allows us to grow as individuals, cultivating qualities like patience, determination, and self-awareness. It is through this growth that we become better equipped to handle life's challenges and continue progressing toward our dreams. Perseverance is one of the most important factors in achieving success and personal fulfillment. It is the ability to continue pursuing a goal, despite obstacles, setbacks, and difficulties. Perseverance requires patience, self-discipline, a positive mindset, and a strong sense of purpose. It involves facing failure with resilience, adapting when necessary, and seeking support when needed. Most importantly, perseverance is not just about reaching the end goal, but about the growth and transformation that occur along the way. The more we practice perseverance, the more we develop the strength and resilience to tackle life's challenges with confidence and determination. Through perseverance, we learn that success is not about avoiding failure, but about continuing to move forward, no matter what.